oh, look at this. I just saw this now. And this is, I'm reading from the same report. The Filipino government may wish to use this report as a basis for undertaking its own investigation into the allegations in order to determine whether any laws of the Philippines have been violated. So they're actually saying, because of our legal status, we cannot be the ones to directly present the evidence. But here's what we've gathered. You go finish the job.
Yes.
Parang ganun ang sinasabi nila.
Oh, exactly.
So that's not what the ombudsman was saying in the hearing. She was saying, bawal.
During the technical briefing, I asked them that. Sabi ko, I noticed that all the documents that we have, at least in my possession, wala talagang evidence because there are no sworn statements. And they admitted that they really are not taking down sworn statements. Instead, they just conducted interviews.
Yeah.
But those interviews can provide a lot of things, a lot of leads, a lot of information for the ombudsman to have a basis of gathering evidence.
Yeah, and in fact, most of all of the information that the World Bank gathered over its 2 years of investigation came from here. It's the same kind of documents that the ombudsman has access
Tama
to.
yun. Tama.
So, is it correct then to suggest that inuupuan talaga ng ombudsman yung kaso?
Ay, hindi ko alam kung anong tawag doon dahil November 2007 pa nasa kanila.
Actually, 2006 pa may briefing
just
na.
an oral briefing.
Yeah.
Walang masyadong information doon. But ang tanong is, according to Ombudsman Gutierrez, the attachments, the additional documents was received by her office only 2 days before Thursday's hearing. So saan natulog yung dokumento? I can only, my malicious mind can only assume na DOF must have shown the boss, President Arroyo, ma'am, na-mention yung pangalan ni FG rito, ano bang magandang gawin dito? Baka sinabi, tago mo muna. Because, and when we conduct our hearing under the Blue Ribbon Committee, I'm going to ask them that, sana itago yung dokumento that was supposed to have been sent to the Ombudsman to accompany this referral report.
Or maybe the ombudsman was just lying.
I really don't know. Pero in a statement niya, then she must be lying under oath because she took her oath before the Committee on Economic Affairs of Senator Santiago.
Is that possible that a perjury charge could be filed against her for her statements made in that open hearing?
If the documents that will be submitted later on will show that she received the documents not 2 days before the Thursday's hearing.
But what about her claim that this had no material information?
Well, it depends. It's her opinion,
Well, what's your how would you characterize this? Because as you said, these are leads. This is a roadmap. It's something they can use moving forward to investigate.
They're not using it.
But I remember in the Inquirer today, Senator Zubiri was saying that the World Bank admitted that it had no evidence to implicate Mr. Arroyo.
That's understandable because he's a party mate of the president.
Oh, okay. So
he's the majority leader in the Senate.
Yeah,
so.
The reason I ask is because I just read this document and it does.
And he was confronted with the document.
And it does implicate Mr. Arroyo.
Clearly.
This is an authentic document, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna hear. This is what they say. What they're saying is the following people were involved in the collusive scheme. And it says Filipino contractors, Chinese contractors, Korean contractors, Thai contractors, DPWH officials, and Filipino public figures, Jose Miguel Arroyo.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little vindicated? Because you were the first guy who said Mr. Arroyo had something to do with it, and everybody was denying it at first hearing.
Well, I have the documents. Even during the time when we had not started the investigation, I already had the documents with me. And I saw
so you
for
already
myself,
knew it?
Yeah, I knew it. And I saw for myself not only the name of the first gentleman, but the circumstances behind the mentioning of the name of the first gentleman.
So what do you think was going on here in this whole collusion thing? How does it work, based on what you understand?
Well, there's collusion.
So the contractors
Pero
get
remember,
together.
Ricky, the blacklisted contractors, to my mind, are victims as well because they're victims of the system of corruption that is forced upon them by this government because hindi sila makakompete kung hindi sila maglalagay, kung hindi sila makikisama. Ang masakit dito, just for the bidding alone, naisahan na tayo ng 10 to 15%. Nandun sa document yung 10 to 15%, according to the document, this is not according to me, 5% would go to the first gentleman, 3% would go to the losing bidders, and 5 to 6% would go to politicians.
Different politicians.
Different politicians. So, right off, that's 15%. Wala pa yung implementation. Ang masama, pagdating sa implementation, that's a lot of money being lost to corruption.
Because that's where the big...
yes, 20%.
That's where the big tongpats is.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. We'll continue our discussion with Senator Ping Lacson after the break. You're watching The Big Picture.